Hello, and welcome to my DM advice. So, last time I discussed difficulty class of enemies. So, because of that, today I will be discussing difficulty checks. Something similar in concept. So, the idea of a difficulty check is that you are saying that this is something that is this difficult for a character to accomplish. But by putting a select number on a check, it makes it so that way even simple tasks can become a major problem, at least at lower levels. So, to give an example, let's say that you are trying to have a party enter a room, or to climb up to a ledge, let's say. And let's say that, it's an easy check, so let's make that a difficulty of 5. So the ledge is not too high, it's not too low, but it still needs a check of 5 using an athletics or acrobatics to get up. Doesn't seem too bad. Now, the problem starts to become when you have your players, characters that are supposed to be supernatural almost, not be able to accomplish a simple task, such as this. And while yes, it can lead to funny moments, more often than not, it leads to frustration because it's such a simple task. So let's say that you have a mage of some kind, someone that doesn't have anything good in either acrobatics or athletics, generally. So their stats are probably neutral or negative. But if you have them have those neutral or negative stats, then what you get is, and now you no longer have a simple, roll a 5 to get up. Now you have now you have to roll like an 8 or a 10, or the numbers just get higher and higher. And one might think, oh, well, that was the intentional design. That makes sense. And it kind of does, and it kind of doesn't. Like I said, the party is supposed to be supernatural. In fact, within the book itself, it says that you are a group of people that are above the norm. Which means that it's not as simple as which means it's not as simple as it's a small check. If it's a simple task such as that, it should be no check. Either that, or it should be a check varying on the character. Because someone that's normal that would have to make that check would be someone that isn't special, like a random person in the town. But your party probably isn't that. So, to compensate for the to make it so that way the party can have a more enjoyable time, it would make a lot more sense for some more of the mundane tasks to not have checks. Like fiddling with a rusty lock if you have the key. or climbing up a small ledge, or especially if you're getting a boost or help from literally anyone. There are very few mundane circumstances that I can think of that would require an actual difficulty check from a party. So that's really it. The idea should be that you're trying to make a party do something spectacular. That's what a difficulty check is for. You're saying that it is this difficult to do something, and that should have variation with each character, because each character is better or worse at different tasks. For example, a difficulty check at lockpicking should be easier for a rogue or even a ranger. People that are more used to doing that type of stuff. And thus, simply unlocking a door should be having almost no check at all, if even having one in the first place. While that lockpicking check should exist, even if it's even higher for someone that isn't proficient at lockpicking. Like, say, the fighter. And there's that basic idea again. Change. Because D&D should always have variation within its stuff. It's not as simple as putting a number on something. If you put a number on something, it doesn't work in practice. So, the moral of this, just make it at discretion. Make difficulty checks at your discretion. It might be what others would consider a type of fudging because you're changing numbers, but honestly, those types of things should be changed just for variation within proficiencies. And no, I'm not talking about character proficiencies. Those don't make any sense at all. So, with that will conclude this episode. So, until next time, ta-ta.